Stinky, you've just got to keep practicing, dear. Oh, hello, my little poppets. Well, welcome to story time. Well, Stinky has just been practicing his reader, and we'll turn it around so you can see. And he's getting rather cross with me, I'm afraid, because as you know, my little poppets, when you start school for the first time, there's lots of things to remember, and it is a very exciting day. But once you get into the swing of it, with most primary schools, you have to take home a reader and you have to practice your reading. It's the only way, my little poppets, that you can learn to read, to be able to learn to read, I should say. So Stinky will try again, and you have to sound it out. Now, what do you think that is? K, A? What are they doing in the picture? No. Stinky? That's no way to do it. What's that? You're fed up of doing it. Well, you might be fed up, but it's no good getting cross. You've got to... Where's the reader gone, dear? You can't do that to the book. It's no good throwing a tantrum. You've got to keep practicing and you will get it. You will learn to read. I promise you, you will. But you mustn't get cross. You have to just keep practicing, all right? Yes, well, I think you need a bit of time out because you're just too cross at the moment. And I think, my little poppets, Stinky will have another go at doing his reader, I think, later on before he goes to bed. He's getting rather cranky with the reader. But you must remember, my little poppets, when you're reading, if you sound out those letters, and then if you look at the picture, that often helps. So you look at what they're doing on the page. Well, Stinky, I'm going to have a little chat with the poppets, and I think you can have some time out, and then we'll have the book, all right then? Yes, I know. Oh, you do get cross. You've got quite a temper on you, I have to say. Well, my little poppets, Stinky has just had his first day at school and he was very excited about it, but he's also rather overwhelmed because there's so many things that you have to do when you're at school, like remembering to pack your backpack. And we've got all the nude lunches. I don't know if they do that in other schools, but at the school where Stinky attends, they're trying to cut down on wrappers and packaging and things like that. So they encourage children to bring an apple or perhaps an orange or mandarin or a banana, healthy snacks for lunch and for play lunch, and that way we don't have to worry about wrappers and packaging and all those sort of nasty things that end up on the ground, which are quite bad for the environment. But it's also quite tricky for a lot of mums and dads because they're very busy and they have to pop off to work, and it's not always easy to prepare for nude lunches. So that's okay too if you have wrappers. You've just got to remember to pop them in the bin. Anyway, enough about nude lunches and all that sort of thing. Check out this story time cake. All the things that you'd need on a first day of school. We've got pipe cleaners there, and we've got scissors and crayons and lots of things happening. Some textures there on this cake, and it's very, very bright and colourful, I have to say. Well, waffling on just a bit, so we'll crack on with today's book, and it's called Wiffy Wilson, the wolf who wouldn't go to school. And there he is there, another fellow who looks like he's rather cross, a bit like Stinky. But Stinky, my dear, you will get the hang of the reader. You've just got to keep trying, dear. It's only your first try. Silly old Stinky. Well, Wiffy Wilson, and here we go, my little poppets. There was a wolf called Wilson who wouldn't count to 10. He wouldn't learn to write his name. He never used a pen. Well, he does look rather cross, I have to say. He's not cooperating at all. But you know what? It can be a little bit scary your first day at school, and it can be a little bit tricky. There's so much that you have to learn. He didn't know his ABCs. He couldn't paint or cook. He wouldn't learn his 2 plus 2s. He never read a book. Oh, he's not happy at all. Look at that. He's not even trying by the look of it. Oh, he's quite cross. I wonder if he's a friend of Stinky's. I don't know. Time for school, his father cried. You pesky little pup. But school is boring, Wilson whined, and he turned the telly up. He turned up the telly. Do you watch school? Do you watch TV, I should say, before school? I know some children like to do that. They like to get up and watch cartoons before school, but really you probably shouldn't because there's not enough time in the morning. I know Stinky likes to. He likes to watch Adventure Time. He likes to watch that. I don't understand what's going on in that show, I have to say. dogs and weird creatures anyway. One morning, Wilson went next door to ask his friend to play, but Dotty smiled. "I can't because I'm off to school today." "Well, I'm not going," Wilson grumped. "Who wants to read and write? I'd rather play and watch TV and stay up late at night." Oh dear. Well, my little poppets, that is not very good at all. You have to go to school. It's so important to learn to read and write. Very, very important. "Oh, you're so silly," Dotty smiled. "Come to school with me. There's nothing to be scared of. School's lots of fun, you'll see." "Who says I'm scared?" growled Wilson. "A wolf is brave and strong. It's just the teacher might be cross if I get the answers wrong." Well, you know what, my little poppets? I think I remember that a long, long time ago when I used to go to school, and sometimes I know the teacher will say, "Hands up if you know this," or "Hands up if you know that," and you pop your hand up, and sometimes you think you know the answer, but you don't want to say it in case you get it wrong. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if you get it wrong because that's all part of learning. But Dotty wasn't worried. She just grabbed him by the paw. She marched him up the path to school and pushed him through the door. She hung his coat up on a peg. She made him use the loo, then took him to the classroom and showed him what to do. Well, Wilson, my little poppets, is very lucky that he has Dotty as a friend because she's a very nice friend and she's showing Wilson what to do. And that certainly does help if you're feeling a little bit frightened on your first day. First you paint a picture and stick it on the wall. Then you get some biscuit dough and roll it in a ball. You squeeze it and you squash it and you pat it nice and flat. Then get some biscuit cutters and make a shape like that. Yes, well, I remember that. You can make lots of things with Play-Doh, biscuit dough, roll it out and make shapes. Lots and lots of fun. I think he looks a little bit happier. He's got a smile on his face there. Next you get the ladybirds. Oh, ladybirds, had enough of those. And count up all the spots. Then we'll draw a picture by joining up the dots. Oh, dot to dot, marvellous. At lunchtime they had pizza, then ran to play outside. "Let's play football," called a boy. "My favourite," Wilson cried. "Oh, he likes a game of footy." Football, look at that, wonderful. Good to have a kick with a ball, especially been sitting in a classroom all day. He ran and passed and dribbled, then he scored a goal. "Hooray, hooray," his team cheered. "Wiffy Wilson, you're the hero of the day." "I thought no one would like me," said Wilson with a grin. "But look at all my lovely friends. It's great fun joining in, and it is great fun joining in. It certainly is. Look at that." And he's a lot happier, and he's got lots of friends. And sometimes, my little poppets, it does take a while to make friends, but I often find if you have a positive attitude and just be yourself, you soon do make lots of friends. In messy time that afternoon, they made a flying car. "What lovely work," the teacher smiled. "You've earned a gold star." "This isn't work," gasped Wilson. "All we've done so far is play." "Oh, you're so funny," Dotty laughed. "We've been working hard all day." And he has. He's been working very hard, making things and doing lots of things, but he's been doing it all through play, which is wonderful. What a marvellous school. But the day was nearly over, so they sat down on the rug. The teacher read a story, and Wilson gave his friend a hug. Oh, story time. Well, we love story time, don't we? We're having story time right now. Oh, what a wonderful school that Wilson goes to. Lucky, lucky fellow that he is. "This school is perfect," Wilson grinned. "It isn't dull at all. I can play with all the other kids. I can run and kick a ball. The classroom toys are really cool. The teacher is so kind. If I had to come here every day, I really wouldn't mind." No, well, he's in such a wonderful place and doing such fun things every day. Look at that. Wonderful to go to school. Next morning, Wiffy Wilson was up and dressed at 8. He called for Dotty straight away. It's school, we can't be late. Oh, Wiffy Wilson, Dotty smiled. You really are the best. There's no school on a Saturday. It's time to have a rest. Oh, silly Wiffy Wilson. It's the weekend, so he can have a rest. Look at that. He thought he had to go to school, but it's the weekend. But home is boring, Wilson whined. I want to go and play. What can I do? Just stay inside and watch TV all day? Never mind, smiled Dotty. You can come and play with me. Oh, that's a good idea. The two of them can have a play date and have a play. Look at that. How lucky he is to have Dotty. What a lovely little poppet she is. So they ran around the garden and as happy as can be. The end. And there's the two of them there, Dotty and Wilson, playing with a ball in the garden. Well, that was called Wiffy Wilson, the wolf who wouldn't go to school. Brilliant book, I have to say. I did enjoy that very, very much. That's definitely going on the book of favourites. Well, Stinky, my chap, I hope that you're feeling better and a little less cross. Up you come. Did you enjoy that story, dear? You did? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, did you listen? You've just got to stick at it, dear, and you will get the hang of the reader, I promise. Look, all the poppets there, out there, they have to do their reader and their homework. It's the only way you learn. And I'll tell you what, my little poppets, once you get the hang of reading, it's a skill that you have with you for the rest of your life, and it simply is wonderful to be able to read. Well, we mustn't forget Stinky. What's your teacher's name again? It's Mrs. Smith-Francis. Yes, well, she's lovely, isn't she? And I do believe you've got show and tell in the morning, so you've got that truck there, I see. You're going to take that. Yes, we must remember to pack that in the bag. Well, my little poppets, perhaps you could make a very crafty school-time story cake or read a book, just like Wiffy Wilson. And as always, keep up the reading. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye!